Magama kuthokozani lesikhanya. Welcome to another exciting episode of Kemi TV. Mbuyile. Mechanic ubuyile. Hey, it's been too long. Mkhulu Sseida. Inyanga yamaskrskr. Hi man Mkhulu. Hey man isukile man.
Ubuyile ke.
Siyabonga. Kusile.
Yeah, sekunjalo bafethu makhosi mechanic wamsamo ufikile. Gedla lamaskrskr nalo selikhona. Welcome to another episode of Kemi TV. Asijule kakhulu namhlanje.
Asijule kakhulu.
Hayi. Too much.
I know, man. Okay, so today there was a request from one of the Kemites to say we should speak about Indlabu and what are the dangers. But it's my brainstorm. It's as if we should just maybe speak on all the other topics relating to that. Masithi Indlabu sitin. It's masturbation in English. And so someone wanted to know, like, are there any spiritual dangers and stuff like that? So maybe let's start there. Yeah, man, nyanga. From ulwazi lwakho, what are the? I mean, we don't have to explain what is masturbation. If you don't know that, your parents didn't really give you the birds and the bees chat. It's not our job. So go catch up with that first and then come back. But yeah, like what from ulwazi lwakho Mkhulu, what are the dangers, man?
Masturbation, bro.
Yeah.
The go-to heaven for a lot of people in the personal time. We all have passed through that road, and we've all had that thoughts in our head: is this healthy or is this not good? Professionals, what doctor dog will tell you it's mad healthy. They'll tell you it's healthy, but the question is, what are the spiritual implications? There's physical implications of too much masturbation, and there are benefits of doing it moderately, and hence physically they'll say they're good, but spiritually there is a whole lot of other dynamic facets that come to play. You'll see a high performing businessman who come to you and tell you, Umuthi, in order to be focused. I'll actually link a video to a talk from somebody who believes in that. In order to be focused, you gotta release so that you're not thinking any disturbing sexual thoughts. You're not disturbed.
I've actually seen that before too. Yeah.
High performing guys that use it to keep focused.
Sure.
It's benefiting them. Spiritually though, because masturbation uses life force. Do you know when you masturbate, your body works at its highest optimum, because it registers in the mind that, okay, now we are recreating life, so it gives its all. And hence after masturbation you can feel, aside from the delightful endorphins, aside from the endorphins, you feel empty. There's an emptiness to you. You feel like you've given out something. And because of that, masturbation weakens your aura. Mkhulu Sseida, okay, now you're going into auras. I'm masturbating and my aura's getting affected, so it'll just recover. Now you must understand that frequency and vibration also come into play. So you are now functioning from the root chakra. You are now functioning from a very low vibration, carnal vibration, and that sends a beacon off to what? Negative entities. Benu will come back and be like, hey Mkhulu, I tried to stop masturbating for the past 3 days, and jiggy I had a dream of a woman riding me. Negative entity attachment. Specifically, but specifically succubus and incubus.
Aren't those Latin terms?
They are. Umfazi wakho wangokomoya. Indoda yakho yangokomoya, le mfana oshade nayo ephila ngokomoya in the mid realms.
Yeah.
Feeds on your energy. We'll do a separate video on energies and so forth, and lower entities and their classes, and identify some of them. Uma Sichula in that episode. Sprites, fairies. We'll give you guys divisions of those things and their characteristics, but a succubus would be a low level vibration entity.
Okay.
that either vibrates as a female or a male, but it works on feeding on life force. Catered to it. Just as mohlaba inkukhu uyibika or uhlaba imbuzi uyibika edlozini uthi imbuzi yomsebenzi, that life force goes to idlozi. Likewise, that life force is coming out of you, idlwa yilento. These things don't eat physical like we do, they eat emotional energy. And hence, I was about to talk about the reason why you kept in a negative vibration and in a fear-based vibration, because they're feeding on your energy. It's not the episode for that. I don't know, Ketla. What would you like to add to what I just said?
I want to interrupt you before they bite my head off again. And then I'll also say my part when you give me the chance.
So my take is, in conclusion, guys, masturbation is good if you don't have an entity attached to you to either relieve pressure or to maintain like your prostate, because if you don't release, you develop, it raises the risks of developing prostate cancer. So it has some benefits physically, mara wena zihlolisise whether through amaphupho wakho and see if you have a negative entity attached, because lento le is going to feed on your life force, attach itself, affect your luck, affect your thinking pattern, affect the way you see reality. Always feel yourself feeling a little depressed, feeling a bit drained.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay. No, on my side, the way I was taught, from the way point or moment in my life, kutiwa lento. So as Mkhulu said, physically it's good because literature shows, research shows, the Western empirical studies show that the more you release, the lower your chances of things like prostate cancer. And it's also good like in terms of the endorphins released and stuff, etc. so forth. But then too much of it also becomes bad because you can develop a dependency of sorts, etc. But I think if you look at it, let's now speak spiritually. So ngendlela bangifundise ngayo mina by whoever taught me, it's as if someone sends you with something that can't be seen with 3D eyes, and it acts, as you said, as your spiritual partner, and then mau shine drab whatever, what happens is, it's like you said, our chakras are connected to different glands in our body. So we have this thing called life force, some call it aura, some call it kundalini, whatever you want to call it, but we have this thing prana, nice. We have this thing called life, some even get you. Anyways, yeah, so we have this thing called life energy, right? Or life force that starts at the base of your spine and it ascends through your chakras until the seventh, or apparently there's an eighth, by the way. A sequel up. Anyways, so more shine drabu, and you are releasing this energy that I'm talking about from your the water chakra, the sacral chakra, right? Which contains your creative capabilities. It contains the sacral chakra is your ability to create, right? So kahle kahle mangibeka esintu bayakwazi ukutshontsha inhlanhla yakho bakuthumele ngonodoli, bakuthumele ngesilwane ukuthi sikushaya isindrabu, uma lokushaya indrabu bathatha inhlanhla yakho bayipha umnini walesi silwane. That's how I was taught, so yeah, so that's why I've noticed a lot of nyangas, when they speak about this topic, they always say if you always mushayin drabu, or you always watching ama video athile, it's a big sign kuyimpawu yokuthi wena ugibelwe isilwane kwamele bakulaphe bakusize bakufaka amabhavu noma whatever, however they're going to help you, right? Yeah, so that's how I was so even though physically it's good in moderation, but spiritually you are creating an opportunity for umakangani to come, and which they love. Engathi lento yo is so popular more than we realize. It's Shubile Mzansi, but I don't know if that answers the question of I mean, Rob, okay, there's a point coming in my mind which says you can't do certain things to protect yourself spiritually, because now we're speaking about this thing from a spiritual standpoint. You can't do certain things to protect yourself so that lento maiza ingakwazi ukunamathela kuwe. But then also I'm getting another signal to say when you do this thing, right, it affects treatment. Oh, yeah,
like masiknika umuthi.
Yes.
Kunjalo.
Yes, it affects it. So let's say we are Mkhulu makinika noma Mkhulu Sseida uthi ufuna umuthi wenhlanhla noma umuthi for whatever purpose, whatever treatment you want, whatever. Bese uyakupha into uthi 7 days, 14 days enza so. Bese wena ushaya indlwabu. That thing, it affects the efficacy of the treatment you're getting. It's like, and the more I think about it, I'm thinking when mabaglapha ngesimo se treatment, it has to do with your life energy and life force. So now, while Inyanga is trying to elevate and help you harness your manifestation powers for whatever that you want to come to pass, when we are talento. I didn't even know I was going to say that.
You tapped in.
But yeah, that is in Rabu, guys. Hey, be careful out there. But I have to, before I hand it back to you, because remember this, we're not just speaking about in Rabu today. There's other topics that we want to touch on which relate to this. But Benfunoguti, to the Kemites, it's better for you to ukshayin Rabu than to sleep around.
Of course.
Because law shayin Rabu but doesn't sleep around, I can respect that. Then law that sleeps around. Because sleeping around is
obviously lapho thobula imimoya. Ubuya nemimoya.
Not just okay, you're correct, you're 100% right, but imimoya engcolile, imikhuba engayazi, like there's inhlanhla yakho
speaking now of when you mentioned all these things, a movement once it was very active in the world called NoFap.
Okay.
You remember NoFap?
Okay.
Remember the NoFap?
I know
movement?
what. Yeah.
Like going into that dimension, I need to now when you masturbate, you pour out. How can I put it? When you masturbate, there is a process that the body is going through each and every month where your star sign enters into the, how can I put it, man? Where the moon enters into your star sign. When that happens, there is a seed that comes down the 33 vertebrae of the spine. You cannot spill any life force or drink any alcohol in that phase, because it destroys that seed that comes down, and it comes down the cerebral spinal fluid, and it goes and it sits, it goes down to the root chakra, and then it goes up and it sits in the sacral chakra for 3 days, and then it starts rising up the 33 vertebrae, and as it rises up the 33 vertebrae, it is unlocking all your chakras, healing and aligning them. So it's a natural alchemic process that the body goes through, and once it reaches Golgotha, the place of skulls, it renews the mind, it refreshes the cells, and this is all achieved through the alchemic process of retention.
I'm just thinking about Mauti Golgotha. Kunji, what was that place in the Bible?
Golgotha.
Was it like a cemetery or something?
No, it was where Jesus was crucified. It was a mountain. Mountain of Golgotha.
Okay.
The place of skulls. And hence it goes up the 33 vertebrae. Christ was crucified at the age of 33.
But then, like, is Golgotha and Calvary the same thing?
Calvary. No. What's
No.
Calvary? Wait.
No, hey, I guess we'll do another video on
Yeah.
that. I guess put it up.
Yeah, but I was just highlighting that so that they understand that at deeper alchemic level, there's a time where you can't masturbate because you are going through this alchemic process. Because when it does this, your pineal gland has certain crystals inside, and when it reaches there, that seed, I don't know whether it decalcifies and multiplies the activity of the pineal gland and causes your third eye to be more open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aren't those crystals a result of the calcification process, which is a deliberate attempt to force us into not realizing our 4D, 5D selves?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about something else?
Anatomy. I don't want to lie. I know that the pineal gland gets calcified. I don't know if it's the crystals themselves that get calcified, but I know the crystals are inside pineal gland.
Oh, okay.
So that process naturally decalcifies the pineal gland and activates those crystals, which then leads one to have a spiritual moment.
Are you saying we have natural crystals in our body?
Now, Kemites, I don't want to say actual crystals more, but somebody's gonna be like, hey, so there's crystal and minerals in the body. No,
they are
but
minerals.
They're called crystals when they are looked at under a microscope, under closer observation. They look like crystals in the pineal gland.
Oh, okay.
But that's pretty powerful if you think about it. That's crystal technology to connect with the higher worlds. But it is not really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, when you speak about crystals, a lot of things are coming to my mind. But anyways, you wanted to speak about Umuthi Wokuvusa Imomozi.
Yeah, guys, today we it's that hot topic, man. Kunzima. Kona abantu, their marriages are in danger because of
I'm not laughing.
their sex lives.
Sure.
Kona abantu, women that are in desperate need because bayabona ukuthi yabona mabangalungisi lesimo lesenzakalayo la ngaphansi.
Isimo sinjani this?
Bagwethu. Yo, the algorithm we can speak freely, right, without the algorithm catching us.
I don't know, King. I don't know. But there's videos like this, bro.
Yeah, we worried about the algorithm, but look, if we point blank put it, there's a lot of izimo that can affect a woman and a man. It's calling abafazi. You might find yourself uma uthi ubhekizisa imomozi yakho, it's an Olympic stadium.
Yo.
Ngiyachula khehla. I think that's what you wanted me to say.
I'm sick.
That's what you wanted me to say. Yeah, mara it's a real issue ekhona makhehla. It's a real issue ekhona zalukazi. Ukuthi umuntu ngempela due to izimo esihlukahlukile, sometimes due to DNA, sometimes due to just how your body is aging. It's not aging well due to your DNA. And then you have yourself inyama zibalekile or omunye
zibalekisa yini mkhulu? Zibalekisa yini lezo inyama? Zibalekiswa yini?
Ungacaphuna wena ke.
Buza wena ukuthi zibalekiswa yini?
No, I mean
umuntu uzalwa alright, mara manje inyama sezibalekile.
It's a tough topic because a lot of you look, some of you will face a lot of different type of men. and due to that, that could result in it being in that situation. Some other people, like I said, it's their genes. Some other people, they might be doing something. I'll never blame it on baby birth. That one is unconfirmed. I can't say.
No, that's not true. That's just a
Yeah,
myth.
yeah, no,
It's
no,
a myth.
baby birth, yeah. So yeah, but the reason we're bringing this up is because look, we're having the sex talk much. Makehla, we're having the sex talk zalukazi. Sina umuthi man. Ukhona umuthi ekhaya
Wokuvusa imomozi.
umuyisa inyama.
Yo.
Ukuyenza sure ukuthi it doesn't become too wet, and when the guy is trying to go in, it's just it's a vortex.
Okay.
Khona umuthi owokuthi nawe ndoda men also have an issue, whether caused by high blood sugar or whatever causes. Ingasafuni ukuphakama.
Yazi engathi singajula kuleyo kancane ngoba sometimes it's not even there's many reasons, but sometimes it's not even natural reasons. Ukuthi ngibe kanjani ish.
Okay. Now we have to watch the algorithm.
Yeah.
So we each calculate what we say.
Yeah, thola ukuthi initially we Eiffel Tower eGrand mara manje so we leaning Tower of Peace manje. So it's not okay. So there's the argument that it's the food we eat, of which is true. But thola ukuthi wena uGrand mara la uyakhona lo muntu uyakhona ucushiwe. It's true.
No, you went too far.
Yeah.
I didn't even think you were going to take it
Abantu
there.
bayacusha ukuthi mawuthi uthinta umntwana
I guess that's one we must speak about actually.
Yeah, ingastart engine ikhona into enjalo.
Iyayenzeka siyayidala leyo nto ukuthi umuntu agqobe into simtshela ukuthi lala nomfazi, or ayigqobe la athi ithi indoda ilale nawe, makalala nawe iba isibambelelo.
Yo.
And it will play out in different ways, but most of the time you're right, it will affect erection or even dryness. Ukuthi enye indoda mayithi yangena ithi
Kungayenzeki.
unless he's forcing it, which is going to be painful for her, which will make sex not desirable with anyone but her husband. And yena makathi ungena emfazini iyawa.
These are real things. Thola ukuthi uzibuze nawe uyindoda ukuthi hayi man. Mina ngigrand mara why manje kungayenzeki.
Exactly. Gathi madoda katani bafazi katani, your partners are ensuring ukuthi you don't play.
Le icupho man ngathi ngaba a topic on its own because there's khona ezinye ucupha umfazi wakho ukuthi enye indoda mayithi lala naye agule noma
asikakela or leyo ndoda hey I understand. Yes. Umuntu bamcuphe khehla ukuthi while I'm on the way to the girl ngiyazibhoshela.
Yeah.
Inyanga zangempela la ngaphandle esikhanda izinto esikhohlakele. Zaleyo nto ukuthi yenzeke. So kadani man bafethu, we should do an episode on ukucupha.
Yeah.
I think it's taboo.
Ziningi izinto. Hey.
Yachula. Kodwa like we saying for nina madoda whose thing falls over, we have something. Imbiza ukuthi niphuze ezobuyisa amandla. Now, there's something interesting you were telling me about, bro.
Earlier
I don't know if you wanna talk about it.
Yeah, I was saying, Hore, I prefer the African stuff. By African stuff, ngisho njengoba shilo umkhulu imbiza, like herbs, African herbs. I prefer that over like the pills that are from like Western medicine and stuff, because Toluguti Lamapilis Labo, whether it's I don't want to mention specific brand names, but to Toluguti Malogu 7 Salento you end up let me speak English because some people don't understand. I'm saying I have a preference for African herbs when it comes to men's health enhancers over Western pills, because the Western stuff, there's been cases where people take those pills and they become dependent on them such that you're no longer able to perform without them, and over time you're just not able to perform at all. Whereas the African stuff does not really have those side effects where you take Imbiza and now you need to depend on Imbiza, and I say that no, Imbiza futhi you take it once, twice, so grand for the next year until you fuck up your diet and then you're back in the same position or something like that. Even Chinese stuff is better than Western stuff. Like Asian stuff
very
is better.
natural.
Yeah, even that's way. In fact, I think I laugh because I was gonna say there is no Asian medicine. It's all African. It's just that I think Pumelapa. I didn't say that. But that was just my point to say I prefer the African methods over the counter stuff because they zihamba zimoshe west.
And bantu abadala, whether it's by sugar diabetes, whether it's by high blood, whether it's by the method that you tried, which Mkhulu is mentioning, that left you with a limp eggplant, succeed, because like I said at the beginning, a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships are in danger due to sex life, either incompatibility or lenda besikhuluma ngayo ukuthi momozi imanzi kakhulu, ukuthi inyama ezenanazi they have collapsed, and you know, or ukuthi when your eggplant has now lost zeal. You understand? Now come to us, sikondisele, sikuzame, fix your marriage. Than ukuthi ubaleke ugijime uyodlisa umntana abantu manje umkitanga kuwe and wena awumgqilazi ngendlela ekumele umgqilaze ngayo, yabo.
Yazi lento edliso iyabheda guys.
Sisazoyithinta futhi le topic.
Yeah, I think that was our first video of the channel.
Kumele sibuyele because there's a lot of details we missed on there. Maybe we should do a whole video on just love in general.
Yeah.
Ukuthola uthando through imithi, the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it. That's a topic. But yeah, bagwethu siyawukhanda like us thinteni sinsizeni. You know, there was something you mentioned that skipped my mind now when I was talking about ukuwa komthondo. There's something you mentioned.
Something I mentioned. The only thing I spoke about was just the fact that, number one, that there are multiple reasons. It's not always natural. Sometimes you just went where you weren't supposed to. You have this thing, and then also remedying that. Some people use pills, over-the-counter pills, which have zihamba zimoshe west. And I was saying I prefer like African. I don't know what you say.
Well, yeah, when you mentioned that, Guti, there's other things. Bagwethu katani, vet inyanga yakho mayizokunika into, ingakuniki into ezobulala isimo sakho west or igulisi, because that type of muti is deep. It's not normal muti. Kumbule, using it on your private parts, imithi to fix whether you have erectile dysfunction or imanzi kakhulu or it's too loose. Imithi enjalo, you must remember, ihamba nomlingo. At times, it's not sometimes medicinal, so be careful.
I understand what you're saying. So what he's saying is there is normal herbs, umapipa, etc., etc., and then there is umlingo. But then how is the general public gonna know? They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know.
No, but vet inyanga yakho if we are corner uyithandazisa indaba, because like you said, as much as Western medicine can do damage, African music, African muti can also do a lot of
African medicine.
Yeah, can really harm you.
Go worse.
Can really take you there. Kotwa, beyond that, I know there's like people that want to be spicier in the bedroom, like they want to have something, as we talk about umling, or something maybe that makes your partner feel like, hey, ingathi nje le eggplant inogesi iyangichoka.
I think now you're bordering on.
I get this the sex talk. Now we talk about enhancing, not fixing, because we touched on fixing. Now, can you enhance it? You're good in bed, but you want your cookie to be salsa hot. The stove is on 8 and the guy is like, what is this? I can't leave this girl.
I wonder, you see, he went there, and I knew you were going there, but now you went there. You see, like there's a difference between fixing and enhancing. Mara when the way you're going at kuma liso.
No. So when now
you see, like, it's a fine
it's
line.
pretty close.
It's a
You're
fine
right.
line.
One of them is either moisebenzisa izongena partner wakimti, or the other one
And
is
then-
just gonna make your regardless whoever you sleep with, its effect is on your private part. Ukuthi when we are embhedeni, not for your partner only, but we are nje embhedeni bayenza, nami ngiyakwazi ukuyenza
Okay.
kodwa ngazi ngiyenze. I don't know, what's your take on that type of stuff?
No.
Is it good muti to use? Because bagwethu, from the recipes and the guidances I know on how to make it, yakachwa lento. Uyayivula inyawo, inyanga igcabela or ukhule uthole inyanga igcabe ngaphansi faka umuthi.
Yo.
Ube nemomoze nomlilo ngaphakathi. Ube ne
Hey, no comment.
ne-eggplant enogesi.
But you are right, such things zikhona. Hey, yazi, there was a case where there is this person on YouTube who's there. I don't want to. There's a person on YouTube whose content is all about confessions from their previous life, where that person used to do evil things, right?
Okay.
And one of the evil things that they used to do was, some kids in varsity would go to that person and ask for that, so that they could break umshado wenyindoda. and yo, that's why I'm just like, ish. That's the thing about ubunyanga and imiti and all of that. There's just that gray area where is this thing good? Is this thing bad?
It would depend obviously on the context of the patient. Ungafiki now unalelo qhinga lokuthi I just want to be a struggle. And ukhumbule ukuthi when we're talking about an enhancer of your abilities in bed, we're not talking about umuthi wentombi. We're not talking about umuthi wamadoda ukuthi amadoda aze kuwe. No, we're talking about a shandis that makes your thing supernatural.
Because mina ngithi no comment angazi.
But wait,
I don't
we
know,
have to
man.
touch upon it because it's a sex topic.
You're not wrong for bringing it up.
Yeah.
It's that's not the issue. The issue is just I myself as a mechanic, I don't know if that thing is wrong or right. And we shouldn't let
Of course.
we shouldn't let what's it called, the people that, yes, we shouldn't let missionaries or Western religions tell us to say if it's wrong or right. We must decide for ourselves if lento yethu. We must decide if it's wrong or right. So I mean, angazi man le ucaba engathi yazi why ngiba noku engathi dangerous ngokuthi hey mase ku grand kakhulu. Okay, so say ayisebenzisa lento ne, and you isikhokho whatever.
Yeah,
what happens mase ufuna ukumiyeka lo muntu loyo?
Now obviously
awumdlisanga, but you rocked their world. You think they're just gonna let you walk away like that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hasimo, you know, sometimes we shame people for acting out and being crazy, crazy woman, crazy man, but it's things like this that we don't think about.
It's things you don't think about. With this guy did something to himself or did something to her, and so he understands why she won't let it slide. She won't let go. I get you.
Yeah. So
you're right. Motiqishifane nedliso.
Yabo, akusidliso mara. Lento menze yona.
It's not right.
Hey, I'm not gonna say it's not right. It's not that it's not right. It's just that you rock this person's world in a semi paranormal manner. Ne?
Yeah.
And then naye uyazi ukuthi angeke ayithole lento somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Hasimo atohlanyetsang. Haven't you seen those videos or those instances of people saying, "Nah, you're not leaving me"? Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Surely you've seen stuff like that.
I've watched videos.
Nah, it's not over. Nah, it's not over. Nah, you're not leaving me. Oh, what?
What is all
Then they start, then they start acting up. They break your car's windows and stuff and stuff.
Yeah, but we're to calculate. No isigaba sakho. Because
but you understand why I was like, hey.
And actually, pretty much speaking, you have no right to, when you're in that situation, to complain. That's the drawback of loyo Umuthi shoot. Because siyazi ukuthi umuthi ogila umlingo has side effects.
I wouldn't, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't call it a side effect. It did its job so well that now there's no, this is over. It's not over, dude. For that person, it's not over.
But wait to please. Nah, but wait to please. This is a message for 2024 in South Africa. When it's over, let it be over, Buffett. Ungalandi, so enhancing in. If somebody says they don't want to be there, ungamphoqi manje. If we are sure ukuthi angifuni angikufuni ungaze nyangeni uthi athi akasangifuni unless it's a situation ukuthi nilwile nahlukana or you on a break. Let's talk about this. You see this or you on a break.
Let's talk about that, like as inyanga ne patient comes to you uthi indoda iyangilahla uthi akasangifuni ngifuna ukumphoqa ngenkaya.
It depends on the context. It depends on the context, bro. This guy put this girl through school, or this girl is a sugar mama of some sort, but she genuinely wanted love. So she took him to school, she used to buy him cars, and she really raised this guy from the hood, from nothing to this, and now he runs away with the youngin. Napo magafika kim in the capacity of inyanga ngizothi no. Akakhone kwenza njalo ngiyakunika lento le. But in the case when yabona ukuthi hayi phela ayikho lento le, ubumshaya lo muntu mase, ubumkhahlela, ubumganda, ubumabuse, manje ufuna ukuthi ngikunike into ukuthi umbuyise futhi angikhone ukukusiza khehla ngilahlelile amathambo bathi cha.
And because
like you said, umnyanga is a grey line. Even you as inyanga, there's times where you'll feel like you're contradicting your inner nature. This is not right. Like sometimes, even not even ukuthi umiyenze umuntu into, some ingredients.
Okay, I know where you're going.
Some ingredients into ibone ukuthi
there's some ingredients that are just not on though. Let's just be real. There's just some things that now awusalapi. I guess khuluma iqiniso awusalapi.
Right. Yeah. So it's a grey line, Kehla, to answer your question. Somebody though comes to me, I always, you know me, or what should I do? What should I not do? Right. Right.
Sure.
That's our diagnosis process.
Sure.
But if that doesn't work out, generally we'll just tell you as khone ukusiza Kehla, because abantu bagini bathi cha. So even if you are feeling uyayibiga lento emsamo izofika ingasebenzi lapho. Wena ungenza njani Kehla?
In a situation like
umuntu athi ngifuna iwasho ezesibambelelo, iwasho zothando, iwasho zokuthi ngishise in the bedroom. Uyabhula kuqala, or you just like, nah, it's cool, let me send
it? Okay, on my side, ne. Sengikhulumela mina, ne. Swasho is very, it's like uthatha umlotha and you tell it what to do and it happens. I'm still like bamboozled by this because there's now testimonies now of people I've helped, and it's like, yo, so you know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between iswasho na mafutha. There's a difference. Iswasho is going to be powerful only if the healer ugojiwe ngaleyo nto.
Njalo.
Yabo? Whereas amafutha, they do their job.
And if they're not doing their job, bayahlakaza either way, because they're not supposed to be where they are.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but to answer your question, umlotha is not harmful. it's not umlotha is not harmful, guys. You can't. As in, ngiyayibaleka le question yakho.
I see.
Ngiyayibaleka.
Because it's going to put out the service of people coming for that.
Ngiyayibaleka.